All right, what's up? Jason here, and wanted to do a video to just kind of show everybody what my Winter Arc 2023 kind of protocol is for my lean bulk. I'll go ahead and go through my diet and workout plan, and let's get into it. All right, so the plan is November 2023. So I've already been into the lean bulk now for about I'm recording this December 13th, so I'm about a month and a half in to the lean bulk. And the goal is to go through essentially until April 2024. So, so through March. So April 2024, I'm going to start kind of leaning up. So again, started beginning November. So, as of the recording of this video, January, February, March, so I got a little over 3 months left on this lean bulk. And the goal weight is to get to 170. The starting weight, when I started, I was about 154 pounds. And so to get, to kind of catch up, that was at the beginning of November. I'm about 155 pounds right now. So I haven't really gained much weight. I had a period of time where was increasing the weight, but then all of a sudden, I think it was just some of the things I was doing in my workout planning and playing around with the diet that I just ended up, I think my metabolism just kind of caught up and was just eating up those calories. And I was, staying lean, putting on muscle and whatnot, but just not gaining weight, which in the end, I'm not really terribly worried about as long as I'm improving in strength, but I do want to be improving somewhat in size as well. Anyway, and by the way, this picture is the start of the lean bulk. So this is me at 154 and beginning November. And ironically, it's pretty much what I look like right now. So what I did do is I've gone to 500 calories over maintenance. I was about 200 to 300 over maintenance when I initially started. And so I think, again, my body just kind of ate up those calories. So I just recently, within the last week, so essentially, we're in the second week of December, about the first week of December, I started bumping the calories up. So anyway, at this point in time, I'm about 500 calories over maintenance. And so I will be monitoring and adjusting as needed through the rest. Again, the goal is to put on some weight and get a little bit bigger in size. But my strength is what I'm really, really focused on, to be honest. We just want to be getting much stronger. But again, with size, a lot of that can happen. Workout plan is 5 days a week. And the focus there is on a kind of a hybrid weights and calisthenics kind of plan. Let's get into the diet. So let's talk about the diet. So again, my calorie goal right now currently is about 2,800 calories a day, which ends up being about 500 calories over maintenance for me. My macro breakdown, I'm getting half my calories from carbs. I put protein like this. I'm getting 160 grams of protein. Again, at 155, I'm basically going a gram per pound plus a little bit more. Plus, I just added 5 pounds to it, so that it's enough protein that I can continue to progress. And ideally, I'm just going to leave that protein probably around that same amount, and all the way to my journey to 170. And then the rest is fat, which ends up being about 27% of the calories coming from fat. I do intermittent fasting. I usually do that until after my workout that day. If I'm not working out, it usually ends up being about 1 to 2 p.m. So workout days and days I don't work out, it ends up being about 1 to 2 p.m. is when I'll have my first meal. And I mainly just eat whole foods. I rarely eat out. I actually don't eat out at all. Very, very, very rare. I cook all my own stuff. And I eat mainly whole foods. Beef, steak, chicken, salmon, eggs. That's the extent of my kind of proteins. I do eat fruit and vegetables. I put honey maple syrup because they tend to be a lot of my calories and my carbs. I guess I kind of eat similar to an animal-based style diet, although there's some things that I do eat like they're pretty much no vegetables, whereas I'll have potatoes, carrots, um, you know, a few vegetables here and there, but other than that, I'm kind of primarily an animal-based diet, I guess you would say. A lot of fruit is makes up my. I do a lot of smoothies, and I say I do a lot of smoothies. I do like one smoothie a day, but it ends up being lots of fruits and stuff. And then I do like some fruit. Right, I'll blend up blueberries and bananas together and make like an ice cream. I'll put some honey in that, stuff like that. So I guess kind of a smoothie like thing. So a lot of my carbs are fruit, and then honey and maple syrup are also in there. And then vegetables I mainly just have for during dinner. I do consume dairy, and it's typically raw whenever I can get it. Where I'm at, I have access to raw kefir, or raw cheese. So I do have those in my diet. I don't have access to raw milk. So I have cashew milk that again, it's not real dairy, but I just use cashew milk for my smoothies. Other than that, I'm really not drinking any kind of milk, at all. So I'm usually just drinking water. In terms of the supplements I'm taking, this is pretty much a nice breakdown of everything that I take. Okay. The main supplements I take is collagen protein is what I put in my smoothies, and I'll put that in my little ice cream kind of mix thing that I'll have for snacks sometimes. Essential amino acids, I typically take those before I work out, and sometimes afterwards as well. I do take creatine. Usually that's after my workout. I do a couple of electrolytes. I have a drink I basically have water with electrolytes in it when I wake up, and then I'll have electrolytes after my workout as well. I started taking, over the last couple of months, beef organ supplement, basically liver supplement pills. So I take those currently. Basically it's just liver pills. Vitamin D3, K2, those just to make sure I'm getting enough D3. I do tend to get out in the sun, but like in winter time, I just want to make sure I'm getting enough vitamin D3, which is pretty important for immune system and muscle building and whatnot. Just overall health. And then K2, I just do a D3 K2 supplement because they kind of have cogenic effects. I can't think of the word. They work well together. Other notables I put here because I just kind of, they're not, I kind of mix and match these things sometimes. I have been taking Shilajit recently. Dissolve that in my coffee. Look it up. It has a lot of good benefits. Tons of bioavailable nutrients and minerals. So it's kind of like a multivitamin in a way. It's loaded up with fulvic acid, and you can check it out. Tons of benefits around it. So I'm kind of taking it as kind of a multivitamin, if you will. I do a natural testosterone booster. I kind of bounce around on trying different ones because, I'm 46 years old. And so my testosterone, and I was a vegan vegetarian for about 3 years prior to this year. So my and I wasn't really in great shape for a couple of years leading up to this. So bottom line is my testosterone has taken a beating just with my old age and whatnot. So I take, looking for I just take natural supplements that have like all the natural kind of things like zinc, ashwagandha, tonga li, vitamin D, stuff like that, magnesium, stuff that's in boron, stuff that's all kind of natural ingredients to help your body help make more natural testosterone. I am not on any kind of hormone or TRT or anything like that. I'm trying to avoid that. So I take a natural testosterone booster and a nitric oxide booster, which is more like an immunity type thing. So these are the supplements I take every day, and or work into my day. The workout plan is pretty simple. I'm just doing a 5-day a week. I'm doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off on Thursday. Then I'll do a Friday, Saturday, off on Sunday, and then rinse and repeat. It's mixed up of upper body and lower body days. Do essentially one solid lower body day, one solid upper body day, and then the Monday through Wednesday are kind of a combination of each. And it boils down to just being a hybrid weight and calisthenics plan. I'm really focused here on strength and heavy lifts versus when I mainly just do calisthenics, that's all focused on strength essentially, but it's not like heavy lifting, it's a bunch of calisthenics moves. So here, a little bit different. I have a lot more weights and stuff focused, start a lot more weights into my plan to not only do strength, but also, again, to try to build that muscle, build some size. I do have a few skill-focused calisthenics mixed in because over the course of this, I don't want to, I'm just kind of fairly new into calisthenics this year, and I'm getting, good at my muscle ups, still working on my handstand push-ups, front lever, all these kind of things that I don't want the skills to kind of disappear over the next several months so that I have to restart all over again. So I'm kind of keeping them mixed in so I can, my body still knows and is remembering and learning how to do these skills. So it's kind of so I still have some calisthenics stuff that I mix in to the workouts, just a few things here and there, mainly pull-ups, dips, muscle ups, handstand push-ups, and then again, I'm working handstands throughout all this. And then, once I get out of the lean bulk phase, a lot of all next year is going to be focused on just calisthenic stuff. So I'll be building those, I'll be really focused on the skills. So I'm not terribly worried about it. And my goal is 10,000 steps a day. That's just year round, no matter whether I'm trying to do a lean bulk or cutting up or just kind of maintaining. My goal is just to always get out and do 10,000 steps a day. When it's really, really cold some days or raining and stuff like that, I'll just do that at the treadmill when I'm at the gym, just right after my workout. I'll bang out a good portion, like a 20 to 30 minute walk, and that'll knock out like 5,000 steps there. And then I just kind of sprinkle them in, walking the dog throughout the day, rest of the day. So this is it. So this is my plan, and I'll probably have some update videos along the way since we still have like 3.5 months of this journey to go. And I know I'll probably have to make adjustments if my weight doesn't start bumping up, and I'll keep an eye on my strength, my lifts, how things are progressing, and keep you guys updated. So here's the protocol, and interested to know, hey, comment below, let me know if you're doing some kind of thing for this winter and bulking up, or what kind of plan you're doing. If you've had any kind of success with any kind of a plan like this, or you have any kind of questions, definitely let me know, and I'll see you in another video. Cheers.